What a moment to subtly and effortlessly reshape the story before 2025 even had time to begin. While some people across the Atlantic may have been glued to their screens, refreshing timelines and nervously circling their wine glasses, the Princess of Wales was focused on something entirely different. Calm, composed, completely unbothered by theatrics. Catherine delivered a moment so impactful it didn't need bold headlines, trending hashtags, or a carefully choreographed explanation. At this year's Together at Christmas Carol service, she offered something far more powerful than any PR campaign: genuine authenticity. Inside the stunning inner hall of Windsor Castle, beneath a soaring Christmas tree glowing with warm lights, deep red ribbons, and classic bows, the scene felt almost like something from a film, and yet nothing about it seemed manufactured. There were no sweeping camera angles, no forced emotion. Just a mother and her daughter seated together, sharing a moment that felt completely real. Catherine took her place at the piano beside Princess Charlotte, gently guiding her through a soft, heartfelt duet. They played as partners, one hand each on the keys, perfectly in sync. Charlotte appeared calm and self-assured, dressed in a neat collared knit, a classic plaid skirt, and a delicate gold bow nestled in her hair. She played with a quiet confidence, the kind that grows from feeling encouraged, protected, and truly at ease. Catherine, wearing a deep green velvet gown, kept a steady, comforting arm around her daughter for the entire performance. From time to time, Charlotte looked up at her mother, their eyes meeting, smiles quietly shared. As the final notes settled, both of them burst into laughter, unfiltered, unrehearsed, and completely genuine. It was 3 uninterrupted minutes of pure affection, aired live. No cuts, no polish, no narrative spin. As the melody continued, a recorded message from Catherine echoed through the hall. She spoke gently about love, connection, and togetherness, words that felt less like prepared remarks and more like a natural extension of what viewers were already seeing unfold. That's why it resonated so deeply. She didn't overstate anything. She didn't have to. The moment said everything on its own, and it wasn't a sudden reveal or a carefully timed debut. This has been a quiet journey, years in the making. Back in 2023, Catherine casually mentioned that Charlotte had started piano lessons, without drawing attention to it. Later that same year, during the Royal Variety performance, she spoke with world-renowned pianist Lang Lang, sharing how Charlotte practiced at home. She even laughed as she recalled encouraging her daughter by saying, "If you keep practicing, you could be like him." Not inflated praise, not showmanship, just a parent offering steady encouragement. Now, the outcome is clear. Talent developed without pressure, confidence grown over time, affection shown openly and without effort. And the contrast is impossible to ignore. While one household continues to create moments that feel warm, steady, and immediately relatable, another seems stuck in a loop of louder statements and increasingly chaotic bids for attention. There was a time when a very young Charlotte was unfairly dragged into adult controversies she never chose. Criticized long before she could even comprehend what was being said. Fast forward to today. At just 10 years old, she appears poised, musically confident, and unmistakably thriving. She stepped onto a global stage without fanfare, without advance announcements, without asking for attention, and still managed to command it effortlessly. Unsurprisingly, social media exploded. Praise flooded in. And somewhere in California, one can imagine a heavy silence breaking. Perhaps interrupted by the clink of crockery, ceramic, disposable, or unsold lifestyle jars. Who knows? What truly unsettles critics isn't the performance itself. It's the simplicity of it all. The ease. Catherine isn't attempting to overshadow anyone. She isn't competing. She's simply living her role, raising her children thoughtfully, standing beside her husband, and showing up with steady consistency. Charlotte is clearly taking cues from that example. This wasn't a performance staged for attention. It was a glimpse into grounded, healthy motherhood. No rivalry, no hidden agenda, just shared pride and genuine happiness. And perhaps the most telling detail of all, Catherine likely hasn't spared the surrounding noise a moment's thought. Because when life feels full and authentic, there's no reason to look sideways. Like mother, like daughter, and what a sight it was.